Freshmen, here's your tutorial for the hallway.
Hello! So the first and most important thing to remember is that you're going to be covering this huge space with green butcher paper. And so when you're covering, or not covering I guess, the fire hose, you need to make sure that you leave room to cut out the hole in case someone needs access to it. And also you have to remember not to cover your walkers in case people want to get into them. So you need to go from the ceiling to about right here, right above them. And just don't cover them. Good luck!
Be sure to cut the angles on these two panels because they are not straight. And even more importantly, realize that these two panels are huge, so try to think of some big ideas from your theme to put here. And remember, plan ahead. Try to maybe cut your panels after Ranger Day, say. And most importantly, get your class involved. This is where your mural goes.
Okay, freshmen. So, you're gonna get a mural from your advisor.
Then you guys are going to have to buy some primer and prime the heck out of your mural. Make sure you let it dry for about 24 hours. Don't do anything to it during that time.
Once it dries, get a nice little projector device and project that design on your mural.
When you trace the mural off the projector, be sure to use Sharpie.
And when you guys paint, make sure you use a lot of green, but don't forget you need to incorporate other colors too. A volleyball and a plaid or swim skirt are required on your mural or else you get them. And especially, don't use lights.
And make sure you incorporate every other class into your mural, either by their color or their theme.
On Decoration Day, this is where you bring your mural. And don't forget to bring your chains. Do your chains hang low? Does it wobble to the floor?
On the final day of intramurals, you're going to move your mural from Hager to here.
I caught it!
When you move your mural from Hager to the gym, this is where you'll hang it.
You're in charge of skit and song.
Plan your skit ahead of time.
This is where you do your skit.
It's easier to use a narrator because not everyone can have a microphone.
Make sure you enunciate.
Plan ahead for your costumes.
Make sure Miss Brown approves your script. Change the lyrics to a song to make it go with your theme.
Make sure your song correlates with your theme.
Make sure your whole class knows the song.
Get your class involved.
Hey Frost friends, now we're just going to give y'all some friendly advice about volleyball.
When it's time to sign up, and you'll know because they'll say it over the announcements, you have to go sign up in the attendance office.
You're going to have two teams, and you're allowed to have 2 volleyball players from Ursuline on each team. Have fun!
Good luck.
Okay, so during intramurals, there's going to be 4 pods lined up here, and the one at the very end will be the freshman pod. And what you'll be doing is the whole month of November, you'll be trying to fill up that pod with different cans. Make sure you get a variety because you can't have all the same amount of cans, all the same type of cans, or that will not count for as many points. So basically how it works is vegetables are 1 point, and any sort of meats or proteins are 2 points. So it's probably smartest to get a lot of like beans and meats and stuff, and they all have to be in normal size can. None of those like little cans of soup cans, those don't count. And then you make sure you put a lock on your can pod because otherwise you just want to keep it locked so that no one is tempted to take any of your stuff. It's also a good idea to collect money from your classmates so that you as student council can go out and buy cans to put in.
Okay, so in the gym, there are different sections that each grade is going to sit in, and while you're sitting there, usually on the first row of the bleachers, there's a drum line, and you can use like big paint buckets and just like wooden sticks or anything to just beat on the drums, and you can even like write letters according to your theme on your paint buckets. And while your team is playing in the volleyball game, you're just cheering really loudly for them, and your moderator is probably going to give you a list of cheers that you guys can learn and teach to your grade. And through the attendance office is where you guys can sign up to be a cheerleader, and then the process goes from there, and the attendance office is in charge of picking who the cheerleaders are. And so basically you want to just cheer as loudly as you possibly can so you can earn spirit points, so it's like competing against all other grades. And yeah, just being loud is definitely the best thing to do.
Okay, so a big part of spirit points for intramurals is keeping your section of hangar clean. So this is something you should already be doing, but especially during intramurals, make sure you keep it especially clean. Maybe bring in like a broom or some wipes to wipe down the tables. Keep your table like especially clean because that's a big part of spirit points.
Okay, so in the hallway, every grade has designated spots that they decorate on Decoration Day, and this first spot of main hall is y'all's. So you're going to come in and measure the dimensions of the wall and above the lockers. You don't include the lockers when you measure. And once you get all the measurements, you go and cut all your paper, and then you go home, paint it all before intramurals. And then on Decoration Day, you come in and decorate your walls, and you can't put tape on the walls, so you use these little wires that are at the top of the walls, and you put clothespins to hold up all your paper. And while people are decorating and hanging up all the paper, you guys are going to be cheering against the sophomores, so all the cheers that you learn, you scream as loudly as you can, you cheer against the sophomores to earn spirit points.